Hey!
Ah,
Reviews!
back up in here, yo.
Oh, snap. Spoiler time!
Spoiler in your face.
Spoiler time!
Spoiler in your face.
Angel has fallen!
It fell?
Come on, man, you messed up my beat.
Where did it fall from?
You're supposed to keep going on.
But you said something fell.
Angel has fallen with Gerard Butler, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman's though.
Morgan Freeman!
Yeah.
Shoot this mother! That never gets old. How does it end? The angel ascends after it has fallen, right?
No, it went to zero gravity pool and just floated.
And Nick Nolte peed in the pool.
Yeah.
All right, there's a lot to cover on this. How does it end? Okay, so we all know the premise, right? Mike Banning's character gets set up, basically. So
Vice President did it.
Mike Banning's character gets set up to take the fall for the vice president.
His boy did it also with the Vice President.
Scheme to assassinate the president.
Morgan Freeman though.
And his friend, something Wade.
Wade and the Vice President were colluding.
Because they wanted war.
Because they wanted a war with Russia so they can get private military contracts again.
Because apparently peace is not on their agenda.
Which doesn't make any actual sense why you start a war so one dude can get a private military contract to get him billions of dollars.
Well, the one guy wanted to be president, so
I mean,
figured that was the best way to do it. Right?
I mean,
So strange. But Wade Jennings, there you go. His character's name here is Wade Jennings. You all know and probably don't love him. But Danny Houston. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. It's because he's played a lot of bad characters.
Yes.
And when I say bad, I mean like villains.
Villains, yeah.
Sorry. And I don't like some of the villains that he plays like with a passion.
he's good at his job.
Like you just know he's gonna be a bad guy the second he's like, motherfucker's a villain. Sorry for anyone's watching with kids. But you're just like, that guy, him, he's a villain. He's gonna be a bad guy.
And guess what?
He's a bad guy.
Exactly.
Like right off the bat, you can almost tell, right?
Jada found out the hard way.
Ooh, caught. 2 assassination style. 1 to the gut, 1 to the dome. Double tap.
Go to sleep.
Zombieland rules. Okay, so after that all happens, basically, I mean, you already know what's gonna happen. It's a happy ending. Mike Banning's character, who is plagued by chronic fatigue and all kinds of spinal issues and headaches, and basically he shouldn't be able to win this time around. But the fact that he's maybe going against his old buddy is what helps him.
Yeah.
But basically, he ends up saving the day. He goes to Nick Nolte, who is his dad in this, which was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, their exchange the entire time has been great.
I'm not gonna lie. I think if he was not in this movie or that bit of on-screen chemistry didn't take place, I don't think I would have liked this movie as much.
Yeah.
Really, really, really liked it.
He kind of changed the movie around.
Oh yeah, he changed that.
When he goes to his place, and they basically their interaction and the fighting that goes on is just this is good.
It's really good. Their back and forth is awesome. They do a little bit of character building where they establish the fact that they're his estranged father. They don't have the greatest relationship. I'm fighting my demons from the war. It doesn't matter what war it is, it changes you, right? So there was that kind of focal point on this, and Gerard Butler's character was kind of like, okay, yeah, like I'm struggling with that same thing too. And his dad kind of gives him a bit of advice that,
but he's like, I'm struggling with this, but you quit.
Yeah, so he's like kind of telling him basically like, you need to know when to quit so you don't hurt the people that you love by not being able to fulfill your duties, which is kind of what this movie technically is largely in part about.
Yeah.
People holding on too much to their past or their old ways and not giving into a different path to the future, basically, right? So, which, and all that good stuff, right? When it comes to fruition and it's at the end, Gerard Butler and his father, Nick Nolte, they reconcile and they stay on board. He stays on board to live with them and help them raise their daughter and their big happy family again. Hooray! And he accepts the was it director of
the director of Secret Service.
Bam, there you go. And then, Morgan Freeman goes on to keep being the president.
Yep. President Freeman.
So there it is, technically in a nutshell. Are there any specifics you want to talk about? I'm pretty sure there are some specifics you want to talk about.
Why did Jada go to their compound with just her and another agent? And I'm like, you know that they're in something shady. They pretty much almost assassinated the president.
Well, small correction. One helicopter pilot and one agent.
Helicopter pilot wasn't gonna do nothing. And her and one agent, and they rolled up to basically a military compound and was like, yeah, we're gonna try to arrest you. Yeah, no, you're not. Shot. We got you dead. Bring more agents than...
Because they really did show up like it was going to be a very casual conversation for a private military training compound.
Yes, that you just think about the accused of basically killing the president. So, like, they're going to go away peacefully.
Yeah. Dark web stuff, president assassination, and collusion with the vice president.
With killer drones. So they got technology and everything else, so they don't know what's going on.
But 3 people... if you include the helicopter pilot, are enough to stop them.
Yeah.
Or at least have them come with you peacefully.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they're going to shoot you.
Exactly.
No way.
Yeah. So make sure you wear the vest and they won't shoot. They'll only shoot right there.
Which I thought was pretty awesome where he shoots perfectly.
Under the vest?
Under her vest and above on his.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, oh, okay. And one to the head right after that too, to her partner, and then
to her.
Kind of talks crap to her just before he shoots her in the head. She's like, wait. Yeah. They don't actually show that, which I thought was interesting. They show him getting shot in the head.
They don't want to mess with her face. They don't do
they're like, no, we don't do that.
They don't do all that extra makeup.
Jada was probably like, I don't get shot in the head on camera. Okay?
That's too much makeup and time.
And then the other thing I want to talk about, because I know you're going to want to add on to this. Nick Nolte with the bombs everywhere in this mountain. So after there's a scene, they're on Nick Nolte's property, Gerard Butler's dad's character, and afterwards he sends them the coordinate. They're like, we just came from a mountainside where half the mountain got blown in half, and they were like what? And then during this scene, Gerard Butler's character is like, oh, they're gonna ambush us. We gotta get low. I need to go out there and do stuff. And he's like, Nick Nolte starts pulling this trigger, and bombs just start going off.
Explosions
everywhere.
All the places. He's just looking at dad like, really? Like, how long have you been out here? Like, what are you doing?
And he's just blowing up all kinds of stuff.
He's like, stay low, Dad. I'm gonna go. And he runs and starts beating up people. Explosions are going off behind him. He's like, why are you setting off explosions? We almost got killed. No one told you to run down there.
He's like, you're crazy. And then he was like,
they're flanking us.
He's like, oh, pull that wire over there. And he's like, what wire? He's like, the one in the leaves. Duh. So he goes over there trying to reach for it, and he's like, this one?
Go!
And it's more like a chain than a wire, but then you pull, and he says it goes smiley, almost like it's not the right one, right? I was really questioning, I'm like, is he really pulling the right one, or is he making him pull not the right one? So he pulls it, he blows up half the whole backside of the perimeter, basically.
Yeah.
There's no way any of those bad guys are escaping that.
Yeah.
And then he looks at his dad again, he's like, really? You set all that up.
Yeah.
Was that even necessary?
But even when he first got away, he brings him to the tunnel, and he was like, oh, you have too much time on your hands. And they're sneaking through the tunnel, and he's like, what are you, really?
And then after his complaint, his dad's like, you're welcome. I did just save our lives, and you technically didn't have to fight, but you throw your crazy butt down there. Well, I'm trying to blow people up so they don't kill us. So that interaction was hilarious. Yeah. It just keeps going from there, where he just keeps saying stuff that a dad would tell your child, basically, right? Even though he's an adult, but he's just trying to tell him hey, I'm your dad. You should show me more respect. Kind of in that context. Yeah. But it comes off very playful and really well. Where he's like, there's a scene towards the end, right? And he's like, what are you going to do? He's like, oh, I'm going to steal that car over there. He's like, oh, okay. You go ahead and steal that car, son. Or later on, too, he's like, I told you they were going to turn on you. And then he answers the call, and he's trying to talk to him in secret. And he comes running out the house like, you mother effer, you tried to kill us. And he's like, Dad. And he's like, tries to hold him straight. He's like, oh, I heard that in the background. Seems like he's happy to have met us. And he's like, yeah, he's not very pleased. And I was like, really? Like in this scenario, you guys are riffing off the fact that his dad's unhappy you tried to kill him. Wow.
And he's like, okay with the fact that you just murdered. And he knew when he got the phone call, like it was going to be Bane. And he's like, oh, it was calling. It's not him.
Because he already knew. He's like, I didn't send enough man, did I?
Yeah. So I said I send more people after you.
Yeah, and I was just like, typical bad guy thing to say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in truth, if he knew that, he should have sent more. Which was funny because...
He did send a lot, though.
He sent a crap load of people.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I'll be real. The amount of bodies he lines up on that porch,
it doesn't
I don't think that was everybody.
Whoa. So those are the bodies that were probably still intact.
I think those were the bodies that were convenient enough to put on the porch. Right? Like the ones that were too far.
Well, I would say that, or, you know,
they're
still intact because they got exploded.
Explosions.
They got exploded.
So
those are the ones that were still probably in full pieces.
Yeah, that's probably very true. That is probably very true. The other piece of it I wanted to talk about too was the initial training, where he there. Like if you're paying attention, like in the very beginning of the movie, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is training because they all have very similar gear. But it was actually really good because to Gerard Butler's point, he's like, gotta train like it's real life.
Yeah, so like, you pushed me down the stairs. It's like, well, don't stand near the stairs.
Because when you're watching the scene, Gerard Butler's character actually shoots him already with the fake bullet, and he keeps trying to like battle him. So Gerard Butler's like, okay, you still want some of this? Throw your ass down the stairs. And you're kind of just like, ooh, like is this a training exercise or is this real? And the dude legit did get mad, but to his point, don't stand at the top of the stairs then. Right?
And later on, there's a movie where they're actually Bruce fighting, he stands at the stairs, and he basically pushes them through it, basically kills them on the steps. I'm like, hey, well, don't stand next to the stairs, yo.
So that was pretty good. I like the explosion towards the end where like the grenade drops down the stairs, and Gerard Butler's like, F, and then like he rolls the guy over.
The body on the grenade, yeah.
And okay, realistically, the way it happens on there, not quite accurate. But I thought it was funny because he gets thrown up in the air like a rag doll.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And then Wade Jennings' character is just up there. Danny Houston's character is just up there waiting, right? Like he's like
I know
he survived this, right?
The dude's like, get that chopper! Get that chopper!
He's like, what's wrong with you? Let's get out of here. Let's go. And he's just like waiting, like, I know he's gonna be alive. I know it. I feel it. And he keeps saying this in the movie. He's like, we're lions.
Yeah.
Right? Trying to say king of the jungle type of thing. Like they're alpha males. Like they need to be in the action. They need to be in the thick of things. And so he has a sixth sense that he survived this grenade. Like there's no way he didn't survive this grenade. And of course he did. They have what would be considered, in my opinion, I call this an old man war fight. Because you already know they're not going to shoot each other, right? Yeah. And they're sitting there trying to do pistol style, which are 10, 12 shots at best, and they miss them all, and they're like, time to pull out the knives.
Yeah.
And then...
Which I thought to the beginning of the scene was weird, is he has his handgun, and Butler has an assault rifle, and he puts the assault rifle down to pull out his handgun.
That's why I said it's an old man fight.
Because I'm like, just shoot him.
It's like in the Old West movies where the dude has a shotgun on him, and he's like, you ready to draw? And he drops that, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to draw. I'm like, no. Have you ever seen Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood? The dude says the same thing. Clint Eastwood is like, you must be stupid. Bow! And just shoots him with a shotgun. It's like, end of that. There's no draw, anything like that. You just finish him off, right? Yeah. But, like I said, this kind of was, I don't want to say anticlimactic because it was obviously building to them fighting.
It's it needed a real actual fight, and then it's kind of the interaction after, he gets stabbed.
Yeah. I thought it could have been, the ending fight sequence could have been a little bit better. Yeah. However, it was very fitting the way he gets him right under and then pulls out, right? and then he just kind of like lets him bleed out, basically. And so he has like a moment to kind of reflect on all his decisions, and he's like, "I'm happy it was you."
Yeah. Lions.
Lions. Right? And it was kind of weird to see. It's almost like how the film was basically talking about how people have a hard time letting go of what's to come in the future and being like set in their ways and not wanting to have to change, right? It's kind of showed you that like, hey, change is coming whether you want it or not. You got to get up and move on with it. So I thought that was good. I like that little closing part there. But the fight scene could have been better.
Yeah. But I guess they cut with what, Butler's been messed up. I mean, he's been exploded. He's been shot.
He does shoot that gun like right by his
head.
head.
It's what they did on purpose to throw off his sense.
I do like the sound in this. The theater we were in wasn't like a Dolby Digital sound theater type of thing, whatever. But the overall sound that they use in this film done really, really well, I thought. They use a lot of sound to kind of give you audio cues, obviously, and to kind of hone you into what's happening next in some sequences to make you kind of, I don't know, associate with like the characters, which I thought was really cool. I think, obviously other films have done it. I'm just saying I was surprised that this film did it so well.
Did a good job. Even The Last Stand with the President, when they basically are holed up against the wall, and they're like, yeah, they're coming. Oh, faked you. He's not right there.
And he's like, deception. And I was like, someone's read Sun Tzu. And then last but not least, the ending of this film. So it looks like end credits are about to roll. They actually do for a second.
Yeah.
And then it pops up because Nick Nolte and Gerard Butler face the fact that they have some PTSD and some other mental issues going on with all the war and killing and violence that they've seen. And Gerard Butler's like, hey, my doc has a good way we both should get our brains looked at and get fixed.
He's like, yeah, you're messed up in the head. He's like, really? You're like just a step away from the Unabomber. What are you talking about?
Because of all the crazy stuff he was doing. And they go to this place called Gravity Center. Zero Gravity Center.
Yeah.
And they're both standing there basically in their shorts with Nick Nolte like scratching his butt while they're waiting and the doctor's talking to him or whatever.
About how this whole process is going to help them and make them better. And they're like, I guess we'll try this.
And basically what it is, they have their own individual like small pool. And they're just floating.
And they're like, okay, this is not too bad.
Yeah, like,
this is good. This is good. And they cut the lights off on them.
And Nick Nolte freaks out. Right?
Yeah, he's like, whoa, what's this? No, let me out. What's going on?
Now, I couldn't hear Gerard Butler's character freaking out like that.
Yeah,
but it's not like he was trying to calm down.
He's like, calm down, relax. It's not that bad. It's like, I'm just gonna pee in the pool.
He was like, you thought this was gonna be some kind of bonding experience? He's like, no. The good side of that is they're in separate pools. So if he does pee, he's not gonna get on Gerard Butler. So, anything else you want to add on that?
The vice president. We told the vice president. They found out that the vice president was the one in charge.
What a freaking snake in the grass! And I still am not sure. Like, he must have some kind of weird vendetta against Russia because he's like,
he really wanted to go to war so bad with Russia.
So bad.
And he's like, I just need you guys to go to war with them. And it's like, okay. And then when Morgan Freeman finds out, oh, it was you. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna just leave you on board just to mess with you.
I was like, someone must have put in a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Get it? Putin? Put in a lot of effort. No? Whatever. It works. But I'm bunch.
Yeah, and so basically he gets escorted out of the White House
by Agent Gentry as his last act of duty as the director.
Yes.
Bow.
In crutches.
Right? He doesn't really do it. He's like walking around. That's right. You take him to the car. Ah. Yeah. So that was interesting for sure.
Yeah.
That was good. So that pretty much wraps it up. Once again, solid 3.5 from the both of us. Thank you all once again for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We see all you new subscribers.
Share it to everybody.
Everybody share it out there. And once again, shout out to US Entertainment.
Thank y'all
for the early screening. We appreciate you. and hope to have many more coming for for you guys in the future.
Oh, they're coming at you.
And I think there's a phrase you normally like to say.
Explosive in the face.
Bow! Until the next time. Peace.
Explosive in the face!